Hi there, traders. It's just Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. All right, now we now know for sure what Donald's MO is, modus operandi, right? The comes out blasting with massive tariffs and then stands back, feathers go everywhere, and then they settle down and they come back to the table. What he's doing is he's just softening them up for like a 10% tariff instead of 25%. So right now, China is still in the firing line. We haven't heard from China, but Mexico and Canada, the tariffs have been postponed or delayed by a month, right? That isn't like a deal, right? So what they're thinking is, all right, we're going to get a deal done. So we saw the gaps in the market yesterday pretty much fully retraced the moves, right? And that's, there was a hint that's what would happen if Trump did come back to the table. They haven't really started negotiating yet, but the markets have corrected where they were. So just take it easy for the moment. For me, the main ones, I still think the dollar's going up, right? The fundamentally take out Trump and the dollar is going up. So you got to look for opportunities. Now, sterling, we've got the Bank of England. There's a bit of uncertainty there. A 0.25% cut is fully factored in, right? So there's no surprise. It's not going to go down when they cut rates. But what is being heavy, and this is what we're going to lean on, Aussie or Euro, Aussie and Kiwi, right? Dollar CAD's sort of there, but there's so much conflict with the US. Now, why I'm specifically talking about Aussie and Kiwi, the Euro, well, Trump's already sort of signaling we've got to do a deal with Euro. It's time they started paying. Aussie and Kiwi, that the tariffs on China are going to impact them. Their economies are already struggling. The Aussie CPI was weak. There's so many things to be getting bearish about, particularly with the Aussie. I like it a lot, right? So that's where we are at the moment. Just having a quick look at the global markets, right? If you woke up today and you didn't see yesterday, like the US Treasury yields are exactly where they were. The currency, there's nothing happening. And equities, well, it's just another day, right? This is a snap geopolitical event. It's like a storm that's come through the market and everything's settled down very quickly. But there's more to be done here. So, but we now know where the direction is going to be if Trump does come back and start kicking Canada and Mexico, if no deal is done, right? So that's something that we need to be focusing on. All right, so let's just have a look here at the live trade hub. I've updated a few things. These we're gonna get some automation here. So just highlighting, sorry, the high impacting events for the rest of the week. Wednesday, we've got the US non-farm or non-manufacturing PMI, sometimes called the ISM Services PMI. Thursday, the Bank of England. Now, the forecast is for a 0.25% cut. It's fully factored in. There's no other option here. So it's going to come down to the statement. And with everything else going on globally with Trump, etc., you may not get too much out of the Bank of England. Friday, really focusing on, well, the big impacting data will be the non-farm payrolls. In this environment where there's a lot of, volatility, it's going to be pretty loose. And you can see the ranges there on the live trade hub, right? And along with that, I am actually giving you a bit of a forecast, a trade plan for the next event. Wednesday, we do have the US non-manufacturing PMI. At the moment, I've still got it going up, but I'll update that closer to the day. And on the bottom there, we've got the best pairs to be sort of looking at for those opportunities. No surprises. Dollar index, dollar Swiss, dollar yen up, and Euro, Aussie, Kiwi down, with Aussie the best sort of technical trade set up at the moment, right? It's fundamentally and technically, it doesn't look particularly healthy. Just coming back to the majors, I've just showed you the charts there, but just to isolate where the opportunities are right now, right? The US dollar index, dollar Swiss, and dollar CAD probably uncertain, right? We're just going to work out after this sort of cataclysmic short-term event what's going on. Dollar yen, okay, did retrace back to the perfect entry zone. If you have a look at that, 155.80, right, on the charts, I was looking at this, and this is what I posted just the other day. If you have a look where dollar yen got to, let me just clear the writing there. Okay, so 155.88, and the target was 154. You know what? I actually cancelled that trade, obviously, with the news on, but it's amazing how, you know what, when the dust settles and we come back to the fundamentals, the levels still apply, right? So on the downside here, Euro, Aussie, Kiwi, all down, looking to sell rallies at this point, and the entry zones there you can also take into account. All right, so that's where we are at the moment. It's probably a day before, you know, we start to get some sort of key data coming out. Just have a look at what's going on, get your charts tuned up, sort of work out which pairs you like and which ones. And what I say, when you like them, they've got clear direction. Like dollar sterling at the moment, it's a little bit sort of out of tune. Aussie's overbought and retracing back to resistance, as is Kiwi. Dollar CAD, like that's a massive fill in from that move yesterday. They're in the firing line still with Trump, so I can't really put my hand on my heart and say, yeah, let's get into dollar CAD. It's a little bit trickier. Where dollar yen looks all right, the rest of them I'm not so sure about. Okay, so you can check that page on the in the live trade hub there as well. All right, guys, that's a bit of a wrap for me for the day. Just I would give it just a little bit of time, unless you're looking at particularly the Euro, Aussie, and Kiwi. They still look like they've got some work to do to the downside. So, and don't forget, Trump has come out with the tariffs. He hasn't taken them off China, although he only did give them 10%. They've been sort of quiet. They would be planning something, and you can expect Donald to go straight for the jugular. 25% tariff would be the outcome I would be expecting if China does anything. All right, guys, that's it from me. Lots to digest. Plenty of trading opportunities coming up. All the best. Cheerio.